So unfortunately, not all home upgrades add overall value to a home. I want to give you my top 7 upgrades that just don't add value to a home when you go to sell it. Hi, I'm Lori Kutka with LPT Realty. I run the Kutka team here in the Temecula Valley alongside my husband, Matt. I have been selling real estate here in Southern California for 20 years. 20 years I have been going through properties every week, whether I'm working with sellers or buyers or touring homes. And this gives me the knowledge of knowing a few things about what buyers see value in when it comes to shopping for a home. So I want to start my video saying I understand that homeowners want to create their home how they want to live. And I don't want to stop anyone from creating a home that you enjoy, that you want to live in. So this video is really referencing those that are looking at selling their home, considering selling their home, and just the overall knowledge when you put money in your home, you should want to get it back out, at least in the long term. So here are a few things on my list that I just want you to be mindful of that you might not get the value out when you go to sell your home. The first thing I will mention are accent walls and murals. These can be very expensive to install, especially murals. Murals are very specific to a homeowner. They're usually something that calls to them. Accent walls can be very expensive to install. They also can be very trendy. And if you are putting them in and selling your house in 10 years and that's not the trend, well, that money spent is just for your enjoyment. It's not going to get back and add value specifically to your home. And here's another one, leased solar. Now we live in Southern California. It is a warm climate and we have a lot of homeowners that are adding solar. But solar is a benefit and should add value. It adds value when you own the solar, not when you are leasing it. Leasing it means it belongs to someone else. And don't be deceived that those guys are selling you that leased solar is going to add value. It makes it tricky when you go to sell your home. It is not something that you own, it is leased. Solar, yes, it adds value when it is solar panels that are owned by the seller. They convey with the property. Those add value. The leased programs, the power purchase programs, do not add value. So listen to a realtor. Do not listen to the salesman who is selling you on a leased solar program. Here's another one, custom drapery. Now, most men don't care or know how much custom drapery can cost, and a lot of us ladies do. And custom drapery is very expensive. Those that are getting very specific custom drapery, just know it's for your enjoyment. Even though a purchase contract in California includes all window coverings, you would think that the window coverings add some value. They need to stay, but they don't add value. They're very specific to you. And most buyers feel like they are going to have to spend money to redo the window coverings when they see a lot of specific custom drapery. Plantation shutters, not so much. Those are very universally liked here in Southern California. Custom drapery is something for you to enjoy, spend your money on it, love it, but just know it's not going to add the value you hope it does. So here's a big one. Adding a pool without adding a spa, a hot tub. This is perceived value by so many homeowners that they're adding value. And you are, but you're not adding it to the max that you are going to achieve if you don't add the hot tub. The spa can be used all year round. We live in a warm climate, but gosh, it gets cold at night, even in July. And buyers in our market want a hot tub. So the money that you've spent on a pool without a hot tub, you are not going to get back in the value that you hope you are. If you are going to add a pool, spend the money to add a hot tub. It will improve your overall value, and it could decrease your value if you do not. For all my DIYers out there, I love the idea that somebody can do the work to improve their home themselves, save money, and do the work. Heck, it's all over TV right now. But if you are a DIYer and you feel that you are improving your home and you are adding value, you need to keep yourself in check of how your finish work is done. And if you are improving something that would require professionals, my suggestion is that you hire the professional. Get the permit, because it is not going to bring you the value. It will bring you speculation by buyers if everything was done correctly. It could cause you to lose value that you thought you were gaining by making that DIY improvement. If you need to pull a permit, then my suggestion is that you pull the permits, or you hire somebody and you have receipts and you can prove that you've spent the money on the upgrade and done it properly. Here's another one. Cheap carpet, cheap padding for carpet, cheap, cheap, cheap. Now, adding new carpet is what most people would think a logical upgrade. Buyers can tell a difference if a carpet is cheap and if it is not. If the padding feels like it's barely there, you've spent money on something you hope is adding value, when really it could be a deterrent for buyers thinking they're going to have to replace the flooring. Cheap carpet and cheap padding does not add value. Don't spend the money on it. Choose another type of flooring, or spend the extra money to do it right the first time. And lastly, this is kind of a funny thing because I think they're super cool, and that is people that install ponds, koi fish, elaborate water features. They're beautiful. I love the sound. They're great. It just might not be something that is going to be appropriate for every buyer. Do it because you enjoy it, but not everyone, actually very few people, want a pond with koi fish. If you love that, enjoy it for your home, spend the money, but just know that type of landscaping and water feature is not going to add value to your home overall. Well, are you mad at me right now? Because I'm suggesting things that you love about your home, and I'm going to tell you that they don't add value. I'm sorry if you are. I want to be informative and be real and be honest. Again, this comes from 20 years of selling real estate. Now, I am not the person to say never say never. There is always a buyer for a property. You are going to have someone fall in love with the property who has a very similar style as you. I just want to keep it real and you to be mindful that there are upgrades that add value and there are others maybe not so much. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you staying till the end of this video. I do a new video every week on this channel. I talk about all things selling real estate, living here in the Temecula Valley and Southern California in general. I hope you stay tuned for my videos next week and the weeks to come. If you would like to know more about what's happening here in the Temecula Valley, well, down below is the link to our weekly email newsletter. So if you want to get that and get checked into what's happening here in Temecula, and click the like button and subscribe here to the channel so you can get more information from me. Have a great day.